So, this month I thought I'd go through the apps I'm using for listening to foreign language radio these days, what they contain, etc. They're all for the state-owned stations rather than independent stations. I have a couple of previous videos that show apps for a broader range of stations in Italian and French. Let's start with Welsh. That's available on the BBC Sounds app. Now, I'm in the UK, so I can't be sure exactly how things work for those outside of the country. But looking for info online, it says that this is available elsewhere. But as with all these things, it's possible that some content is location restricted. This app was the only one that seems to require you to make an account to use it. I already had a BBC account, so that was okay for me. There are basically two things on this app for Welsh. In the radio section, Radio Cymru, which has two stations which often have the same programmes on. Just select the one you want from the carousel and off you go. You will hear discussions and Welsh music, so just like any regular radio station. There is also a podcast, which seems a little irregular in posting, but is still going. There are discussions with people, often language learners. Some of the podcasts have these basic vocabulary lists with them too. I haven't listened to many of these. I find them quite difficult to understand with the stage that I'm at, but they're there if you want them. So there isn't a ton of stuff on here for Welsh, but that's because the main language for this app is English, and the main content is all in English. In a way, it's unusual to have content in another language, and the app actually has 3 languages, because there's also a Scottish Gaelic radio channel. So it's going above and beyond when you look at it that way. Okay, so the apps for Italy, France, Spain and Portugal do not require you to log in. You can listen to some of the offerings without that. You can certainly get some, if not all, of the radio stations. However, logging in will allow you to access more, to bookmark or favourite things, so it's probably better for a heavy user. But if you don't want them having your email, you'll still be able to access some of the services. As of yet, I haven't created accounts myself, so you can see what I can access without it. First up, Italy, Rai Play Sound. Rai being Radio Televisione Italiana. Now, in my experience, Rai Play Sound is the only one of these apps that doesn't constantly try to get you to sign up with pop-ups, but there are some things you cannot do. At the top, you have all the radio stations. You can listen to all of these except where you see below the advert for the football. When this is playing live, you can no longer listen to it if you're not in the country. You used to be able to, but now it's region restricted, and Rai may be VPN savvy. So good luck with that. Instead, you get music played, so you can still listen, but just to music. I usually listen to Radio Uno, and there are a lot of discussion programmes on this channel. One thing that I find weird about their programming, though, is that they take huge breaks over the summer and the Christmas period, and a lot of the early morning and evening programmes, which is when I generally listen, just don't have anything to replace them, except music. I haven't experienced this on the other apps, but then I only listen to them in the middle of the day. Rai is big into the song competitions, so we have another one here at the moment, and then you'll get various promotions of different types of broadcasts to try to entice you to listen. You'll see if I click into one of the audiobooks, I can listen to it, but I can't download it or bookmark it. You also can't follow things like podcasts without creating an account. But all in all, there's a ton of stuff you can listen to here. Next up, Radio France. Here I usually just go to direct and it will be on the channel I last listened to, that here being France Info. Again, it's basically talking. I don't listen to this nearly as much as Rai, only 15 to 30 minutes every other day or so. Again, if we go back to the main page, you get lots of ways to access all the programmes, podcasts, audiobooks, etc. that are available on the app. And once again, although you can listen to this content, you can't save it, bookmark it. etc., unless you create an account. But it's pretty comparable. Now on to RNEO Audio, which is Radio Nacional de España. Okay, so this app just opens me straight up onto the channel I was last listening to, the radio channel, which is sometimes convenient, others annoying, but it is what it is. Again, there are lots of different sections trying to get you to listen to content. However, this app seems to be more restrictive for those who want to listen to something that isn't live. It constantly asks you to log in to get the content, so not as useful. But there is still plenty here, even if you don't want to log in. I don't know how to say this properly in Portuguese, but RTP Play, standing for Radio e Televisão de Portugal. So I haven't a lot to say about this app because most of the content seems to be TV content rather than radio, and TV content is generally not accessible abroad because of copyright reasons. But there is a row of radio stations. Many of them seem to play only music most of the time when I've tried listening, except for this one, which, when I went in again another time, seemed to have changed name. So I'm not going to say the name. But it's the one that says international. I may have more to say on this app in the future, or not. We'll see. Because of this, I sometimes do use an aggregator app if I want to listen to Portuguese.